This was a very, very fun chapter. It's crazy, guys, right? Oh wow. First, let me say, if you like content like this, please consider subscribing. I greatly appreciate it. All right, let's just jump right to the review. Let's jump right in because this is a crazy chapter. It won't be going in order, so I won't be jumping ahead. I'll try not to. All right, let's do it. All right, we cut to the first panels of Brynhildr just kind of by herself, and yes, Odin makes an appearance as Odin comes up and says, "It's over, the fate and your life as well." And she kind of just gives a smirk and just stands up right towards him, which is interesting because I first saw, I was like, "Whoa, what the freak's going on here?" And then yeah, Odin just tells her, better prepare yourself, Brynhildr. And she just sighs and says, "Don't you think you're going too far with this pranks of yours, Lord Loki?" And Loki is, yeah, it's Loki, which is crazy. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't see that coming. As he's like, "What? I thought you would be more scared. You are so boring." As he just smiles at her, which it's odd that he's interacting with her like this. Of course, I have this theory going on that Loki has something to do with Siegfried being imprisoned, and I was thinking, yeah, this is interesting to see an actual interaction between them two. Because when we saw Loki's first appearance, when we saw Brynhildr's reaction to that, I always thought there was something to it, which there appears to be actually. But again, not jumping too far ahead. As she just says, "I'm in a hurry. I gotta get going." He's like, "Wait, hold on a sec. I am here to save you." Okay, I'm sure when all of us were reading this, we were like, "Okay, hold on. What's Loki's game here?" Because he's clearly not doing this out of the kind of his heart. As Brynhildr's like, "Me?" And he says, "With two more wins to go in this Ragnarok, the gods' side will win. Isn't that right? Plus, there's still me and Uncle Odin waiting for our turns. You guys stand no chance." This guy. "And after this fight is over, Uncle will definitely kill you, even though Ragnarok is officially right. Uncle will never forgive you for your attitude at the council for the survival of mankind." And Brynhildr just gives him like a look like, "And?" And Loki continues, "But as he continues to smile, I could just talk to Uncle. And I wonder if I could save at least you. The other gods wouldn't be interested in the lives of half gods and half humans. Gramps, Zeus, is having the time of his life after all. Ah, for sure, it would be absolutely impossible under any normal circumstances. But I am well regarded by Uncle. And naturally, I'd leave it alone. But I don't want to see unnecessary killing. I can do this for you as a special favor." Yeah, that's right. That's spot on. Let's go for that. And she just smirks because I think she knows. I think she knows his plan here. She knows what he's doing. She knows exactly what Loki's up to. She says, "Are you looking for something of me in return?" And Loki's like, "Huh? No, you got it wrong. It isn't me. It's true. Regardless, thank you very much," says Brynhildr. "Whatever the outcome may be, it doesn't mean anything, even if I'm the sole survivor." And Loki kind of reaches out, like, "What? What?" As he gives a look and he says, I see. So it doesn't matter. Well, I hope it's just fine. Sigurd's rescue." And right there she stops, and Loki like, "I gotcha. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I thought absolutely that was the case. How could he not be involved in this Ragnarok? And this is why you are willing to fight against anyone, even if it's the cost of your own life." And she just turns around as Loki, like he's like, "Yeah, I gotcha." And all she says, cool as a cucumber, "That's none of your business. Besides, nah, we'll win, and we'll save mankind. At best, you should hurry yourself, Loki." Oh boy, I love that. I love that. And Loki gives enough away. He gives enough to away for even us readers to like. if this is the end of the chapter, and then we go to the next chapter and we see what happens, like after this page, these few pages, you're like, that makes sense. I love it so much. And then we cut to Loki in his room, a very interesting room, I gotta say, decorated with many animals, as he's brushing a mannequin's hair. And when I first was reading, I was like, what? Like obviously you could tell it's a mannequin, especially in the next page where you see like a face, eyeballs, and arms, as he says to the mannequin, "Earlier, you scared the living crap out of me. You can be such a cold voice, huh? Besides, say that's none of my business, and it gives me such a cold look. I, I, I've always," as he sets the comb down, puts his arms around the mannequin, "even though I've always loved you so much, Brynhildr." What in the world? I never saw this coming. This is crazy. This is freaking insane. I couldn't believe it. What the freak? Okay, hold on. First things first, I want to point out, I think the arms were inspired by Alita Battle Angel when she first got to her body, when she was discovered. I just want to point that out. I think that's what it reminded me of. I could be wrong. But yeah, Loki's in love with Brynhildr. Interesting. Interesting. I never saw that coming. I figured we'd get interaction between them two. I thought he screwed with her life at some point, but I never expected this. Ain't that crazy? If any of you guys called it, please let me know in the comment section. I'd be very curious because you guys win. You guys win the year of predictions. Here, I got to say Ragnarok. That's crazy. Man. Alright, let's continue. We get Odin just walking down the hallways, supposedly in Asgard, as he's walking down, and we get Buddha. Buddha's back, wearing the Sherlock's coat, cloak, and hat. I love it. I just love that look. As he just says, "So far, everything seems to be going according to your plan." Well, he says Kinaku, which is Japanese for plan. Dindin, which Dindin, I'm assuming refers to a senior or like official in like someone like above you in Japanese. I could be wrong. That's what I'm assuming. I did look it up. I couldn't really find the meaning of it, but please let me know if you know. I was actually looking for it. And Odin's just like, "What do you want?" As we see Buddha there just smiling. And the birds are like, "What, Buddha? What are you doing, you stupid traitor? What's up with that stupid look? And what's with that din crap? You want us to poke your eyes out?" And Buddha just holds a magnifying glass towards Odin as he's like, as he gets in close to Odin's face. It's so funny. I love Buddha. "Well, I guess this didn't change your expression all that much, huh? I didn't have any time to play with you." Oh, sorry. "I don't have any time to play with you," says Odin as he walks away. And Buddha just smiles and says, "Say, Din, that Sigurd guy, who the hell is he?" And as he steps up to him and he says, "I have Kinchan, one of the fighters for the human rounds, looking for something for me right now, you know. It's been a long time. It looks like he was imprisoned in Tartarus in the abyss." Referring to Siegfried. And that too at Din's behest. We get close up shot of Odin's face of like being like, "Where are you going with this?" As the birds continue, Sigurd is a god of great sin, and it's only natural that gods would imprison him. And Buddha's like, right. That's what's bothering me though. Sigurd stole Din's magic sword, Gram, or something like that, which was actually a sword. It's originally Odin's sword that he stuck into a stone, reminds you of a tail, and then eventually it was actually taken by I want to say a dwarf, and he fixed it up and he gave it to Sigurd to slay the dragon. I believe that's how it went. My apologies. It's been so long since read that story, so if I got it wrong, my apologies. He also killed Din's loved fire dragon, Fafnir. I hear some charges brought against him, but none of them are as serious as the crimes of betraying the heavens or assassinating a chief god, which belongs to the Tartarus level. So interesting. Betraying the heavens, okay. Like we can see some gods doing that. And also, I mean, Adamas definitely pops into mind, but obviously he was killed. And then assassinating a chief god. Are we gonna see something like that in the future? Maybe to an Aztec god, perhaps a chief god there, or maybe there's a reason why Raw's not participating in this fight, right? Maybe. Who knows? As Buddha continues, although I don't think they are crimes worthy of imprisonment in Tartarus. I mean, when someone makes Dindin angry, usually they are just annihilated, right? Good point, Buddha. And there, and that's what sticks with me. And Oda just says, imputed fool. What are you saying? And Buddha just continues, I heard that Sigurd is Burn's boyfriend. And then I figured out the reason why Burn started this Ragnarok was to save humanity and her beloved Sigurd. And as he breaks the pipe, this is just a conjecture of mine, but Dindin would never allow that to happen. What does that mean? It means pulling Sigurd out of Tartarus. How are Ragnarok and the rescue connected? Why Dindin has imprisoned him? Although I'm not sure about that part, though. Could it be that Sigurd is actually a precious person to Odin? Explain it all in one single line, please. Woo, Buddha! You gave us a lot there. All right. Hold on. We gotta save it till the end of the chapter. We gotta save it till the end of the chapter. Then we get Odin with the angry look. Like we've never seen him this angry. As he says, have you said everything you wanted to say? And we get massive aura just swirling around Odin as he holds his hand out. His spear comes to hand from the smoke, as it's called, scattered treasure, Gungri. And it's so freaking close. The birds just bail from his shoulders as Odin speaks. You can do whatever you want with your superstition. However, and then Buddha uses his foresight to see his enlightenment abilities and jumps away as Odin strikes the ground and destroys. Literally, like it looks like the entire building's about to collapse. It just destroys all the pillars and everything inside. As Buddha gets ready, as he says, "Ha ha ha, that's crazy. Look at that. That's what happens when you get angry, huh?" Then we get the two birds just kind of freaking on the corner. As Oda says, anyone who steps into my domain, whoever they may be, shall be twisted and crushed. And Buddha gets to a fighting stance and says, whoops, I wonder how much of my previous deductions are within Dindin's domain. And it seems like Buddha's about to go, Buddha looks like he's about to throw down with Odin. Odin grabs his spear ready, and then we see Beelzebub just come right on in, go right past Buddha, as Beelzebub says, that was an interesting theory. I surely would like to know more about it. And then the brothers just shout, Beelzebub! As Odin and Beelzebub strike at each other and their attacks just hit each other. It's freaking crazy. Like, are we gonna get a fight off screen? Like, I don't want to fight off screen. I want to actually see this fight. I really hope if this fight, I don't know if it'll happen. It probably won't. I'll probably just be like the other fights we've seen, where they kind of tussle and then leave. But we don't know yet. As Beelzebub points his staff that was given to him by Hades, as he says, Odin, that's a long wish that you were talking about. As Buddha's like, wait, what's going on here? And man, Odin's angry. He's like, Beelzebub, you bastard. As Beelzebub says, would you, for example, resurrect the genesis of the universe arc? The progenitor god? Or something of that sort? As everyone's like, the primordial god. I'm so sorry. And everyone's like, wait, what? And then we get a massive, sinister look on Odin's face. And then, he cut away. He cut away, but I do want to say, we'll more than likely get this settled probably towards the end of the next chapter. That's what my guess is. I don't think they're gonna have us hanging on that long. As we cut to the arena, as everyone's like, "Whoa, this is amazing! This arena is so big! Like the whole. We're getting another city fight. But this is set in Japan. As everyone just watches it, is actually set in Kyoto, at the end of the Edo period, and that is freaking crazy as we get the last panel, last page, Ragnarok, the last battle between gods versus humans. Susuno no Mikoto versus Okito Soji. The battle begins. Oh my, we got a lot to talk about here. This chapter was insane. I love it. I love it. I'm gonna tell you 9 out of 10, 9 out of freaking 10. I love this chapter. It's freaking great. All right, let's go all the way. Let's go all the way to the beginning. Loki loving Brynhildr. Okay. Oh boy, I didn't see this coming at all. Man, there's so much to talk about. But okay, Brynhildr. Do I think Brynhildr more than likely knows about this? Probably. My guess would be yes. She obviously more than likely knows that Loki has feelings for her, and I don't. It's interesting that she's not trying to. I guess take advantage, though. I guess she would know better than to try to take advantage of Loki. Am I right? So yeah. As I said before, she probably knows, and Loki more than likely, I think, sabotage Siegfried's and Brunhilde's love, and somehow got Siegfried trapped in Tartarus. Because in the actual mythology, um, there was some tension between Siegfried and Brunhilde as Siegfried took a form through magic to to go through a wall of flame to win over Brunhilde for his friend. And after that, that happened, Brunhilde always proclaimed that her husband was the friend. I believe it was Gunter. I believe that he was the one that walked through the flame of fire or the wall of fire, and then the other maid was like, no, that was another guy. Siegfried was the actual one that did it, and Brunhilde, feeling foolish, had Siegfried killed. Now I don't obviously think they're going through with that, but I think they're obviously going to take inspiration of the shape shifting, and more than likely Loki had something to do with it, and it's insane. Now with Odin and Buddha, Buddha's saying now there's a reason why you're keeping Siegfried alive. You could have just killed him. You could have just killed him, but you have him in prison. Why? Is he something special to you? Oh boy, I'm gonna do my research on this one. I want to see if Siegfried has any relation to the Odin, so I can actually, hopefully get a, see some. Even though probably not, they're probably just making this up. But again, there's nothing wrong with that. This is, good stuff here. As he's like, yeah, I want to see what you're doing. What you're doing here with Siegfried and what really is going on. I do think Buddha has a Kintoki actually going out to go save Siegfried. I don't know how Kintoki's gonna be able to do that, or Kintoki's having something to do with this the breaking out of Siegfried. But interesting, I gotta say. But yeah, connection between Siegfried and Odin, that's very interesting. Maybe it might like the off the top of my head, like it's probably because in the actual Norse mythology, Odin has a brotherhood with Loki because I don't remember why. I can't remember why in top. I don't remember, but for whatever reason, they have a brotherhood, and I'm thinking they might do something similar to with that. To Siegfried and Odin might have something similar to a brotherhood, or heck, who knows? Maybe Siegfried is a stepson to Odin. I mean, maybe he was adopted by Odin. I mean, that's actually very possible, right? Then Siegfried met Brunhilde. They fell in love. Loki got jealous and then had Siegfried imprisoned. I mean, that's my best, man. I mean, if you guys have a better idea, please let me know. And then also the primordial god. Okay, I'll admit, when I first heard primordial god, I immediately thought of the Greek gods. I thought of them first because again, that's actually where I first heard of it. The primordial gods was from them. But then I thought to myself, what if Beelzebub's talking about Ymir? What if they're talking about the like when it comes to primordial god? I want to say Ymir is the primordial god of the Norse mythology because I believe that's where like a lot of the creation came from his body. So again, the resurrect of the Genesis primordial god Ymir. Again, remember Ymir is the god that I guess essentially all the giants, elves, dwarves came from Ymir's body. When Ymir died, they came from his body. I believe humans might have came from his body too. I don't remember. So Yeah, very interesting. It might have something to do with Ymir, so we might get some backstory on that. Because in actual mythology, I would say it's actually Odin that took down Ymir, and maybe Odin wants to revive Ymir to maybe gain control and be the head chief of the gods, since Zeus is. I mean, there's a bunch of theories going out there. I'm definitely making a separate video for this. And then, of course, Susanoo versus Okita. My money's on Okita. All right, anyone, let me know. Put your guys' money on. Who's your money on? Place your bets. All your bets in. Come on, hurry before the the next chapter comes out. Place your bets here. So yeah, no, for I think Okita's gonna win this one, or a tie. It's either he's gonna win or it's gonna be a tie. So yes, this chapter is crazy, 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 crazy. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. Let me know what you guys think of this chapter. Let me know what your theories are, because holy freak, there's a lot. I'm gonna make a separate video, a theory video, and discussion on what we learned here. It's freaking insane. So yeah, that concludes my video. 9 out of 10. And if you listen this far, I appreciate you guys so much. And again, crazy chapter and Ragnarok. They say Yu Yu Hakusho is the best fighting art tournament in the story. No, Ragnarok hands down beats. It's not. It's not even. It's not even close. All right, that might be a hot take, but I stand by it. Anyway, you guys take care. Have a good one. Later, guys.